guys, what's up? Baller here. We are now on this fifth game for this December 26, 2022 NBA Game Day. We now got this game between Indiana Pacers and New Orleans Pelicans. That game will be at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be 9 o'clock a.m. here in Manila. I'm just inviting everyone who have not subscribed yet to our YouTube account or YouTube channel, Baller. Please click on the subscribe button below. At the same time, hit on that bell logo. That way, automatically, you guys will be receiving notifications whenever new videos are uploaded. The spread given is minus 6.5, and they're actually giving it towards the home team, New Orleans Pelicans. Now, let's take a look at the standings and the rankings of both teams, all right? For Indiana Pacers, they are at number 8 in the East with a record of 17 wins and 16 losses. While for New Orleans Pelicans, they are at number 2 in the West with a record of 20 wins and 12 losses. Right, so here we go. New Orleans Pelicans, they are having the home court advantage. In terms of fatigue, well, both teams had their rest last night, so we can skip that part. In terms of momentum, both teams are actually coming off wins. Both teams actually are coming off back-to-back wins, but we got to side a little bit towards New Orleans because out of their last 10 games, they have won 6 as compared to Indiana, wherein they have only won 5. So let's take a look at the availability of the players or the health of both teams. Hold on. All right, so starting with Indiana Pacers, Kendall Brown and Theis, they are still both out, while Aaron Nesmith and Jalen Smith are both listed as questionable for this game against New Orleans. So 2 players are out, 2 players questionable for Indiana Pacers. Now let's move towards New Orleans. For New Orleans Pelicans, Larry Nance Jr. is listed as questionable for this game, while Ingram is ruled out for this game against Indiana. And E.J. Liddell is still out, although he just signed a 2-way contract with the Pelicans this Sunday. So 2 players are confirmed out. Larry Nance is still questionable, but the likelihood of him suiting up and playing is not that high. Okay, so it's just pretty much even on how these 2 teams are in terms of their health, because as you can see, Ingram is out, while for the Pacers, they got more listed, but they don't have anyone from their from their starting unit. I was about to say big 3. Do they have a big 3? From their starting unit out. Okay, New Orleans Pelicans, whenever we talk about New Orleans Pelicans, whenever New Orleans Pelicans is mentioned these days, there's automatically just one thing that pops into our head. The first thing is, of course, Zion Williamson. I'm not sure about y'all, but for me, the next thing that I remember is Alvarado. Before I remember anyone else. Of course, it's Zion first and then Alvarado. Alvarado is just giving a lot of impact towards the game. Of course, mainly his defense, but he is now actually showing what he can do in terms of the offense. So the New Orleans Pelicans, they are a very, very dangerous team. They are a young team, but as you can see, they are at number 2 in the West. They even have some injuries, but still they are able to maintain their status. Now we can't overlook Indiana, because if there's one team who knows about injuries, Indiana should be one of them. Because again, all along the season, there's not like a game wherein there hasn't been anyone from Indiana's roster who's actually out. There has to be like 2 or 3 out for the game, questionable, etc., etc. So they know how to deal with that, because right now they're doing well. I mean, their record is 17 wins and 16 losses. They started the season pretty slow, but they were able to recover, and now they're even having back-to-back wins approaching this game, right? So this one's really tough. Of course, is there anyone who can stop Zion Williamson? That's a straight up question. Like 1-on-1, it's going to be very hard for you to do that without fouling him, right? But Miles Turner is there for Indiana. He can't stop Zion Williamson, but we all know Miles Turner's capability in terms of putting up a defense, right? And also Miles Turner is a developed shooter, right? He now can shoot the three ball, and that could actually help Indiana Pacers because Zion Williamson may be taken outside because of him trying to defend the shooting of Miles Turner. And Indiana Pacers, they have won games in different manners, right? That's the hard part against in going up against Indiana Pacers. You just don't know what kind of game would they bring in the table. All right, and I mean that. I mean, you just don't know. Sometimes it will be they will just shoot those 3-point shots like crazy. Sometimes they will be attacking the baskets, the basket, like they are aggressive like shit. You know, at least for New Orleans Pelicans, although it's so hard to do, it's so hard to execute, which is to stop Zion inside. At least you know what's gonna happen, right? They would try to attack the paint. Valanciunas will be there to help Zion, and their shooters will be around them. Um, at least you can try to figure out how to minimize the damage, right? But for Indiana Pacers, due to the variance of their attacks, sometimes it's hard. It's hard for you to learn what to do in terms of defending Indiana. I think New Orleans Pelicans will still win this one, but I think Indiana Pacers will have enough depth and enough variance of their offense to keep it a bit close and to at least cover the spread of 6.5. I'm picking Halliburton and his boys to cover the spread of plus 6.5. Again, that's Indiana plus 6.5. Peace out, as I love, and God bless.